Well, good morning. A minute late here. Didn't even realize time was so. My mind was thinking about something, and I was 2 minutes had 2 minutes to go, and here I am, almost 2 minutes late. Anyway, welcome to the Sell-A-House Wholesale Real Estate Training number 40 on this Friday, October 31st, 2014. Happy Halloween to everybody. Hope you're going to go out there and scare the poo out of somebody today. Have a good time. Stay safe. Go out and get the kids lots of candy, whatever it is that you like to do on Halloween. Enjoy it up. Anyway, Halloween signifies one thing that I don't like to see, though, and that is the end of another month. Boom, gone, come, gone, just like that. All the plans that you had to get all these things achieved um, for the month, guess what? Where you at? Actually, it's a good time to look back, go back to the first of the month and say, okay, what did I want to get done this month? And what did I get done this month? And then you can analyze what you wanted to achieve, what you actually did achieve, what you were unable to achieve, and you can look at the reasons why you weren't able to get where you wanted to go. And this is a great way to expand and build upon your business because, when you look back and you say, okay, here I was at point A, and I wanted to get to point F, but I only got to point C. What was it that didn't allow me to accomplish D, E, and F? And you can look at that stuff and you can go, okay, well, very easily I can see that the only reason why I didn't get to D was this. Maybe I failed to accomplish this. I didn't do this. I didn't start this. I didn't have time to get to that. Whatever the case was, and then you can look at E and go, well, I wasn't able to accomplish E because of these things, and I wasn't able to get to F because of these things here. And so you can really analyze and break down where your missing pieces are that you need to be able to incorporate in this. Oh, John's having a heck of a time this morning. Let me try send him another invite real quick here. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. He keeps popping in and popping out. But anyway, so like I said, having a heck of a time. So like I said, you have uh, looking back and seeing, where the missing pieces are that didn't allow you to get to where you wanted to go, can allow you to, for the next month coming up, say, okay, well, I did very well in A, B, and C, getting myself through these three things, which, I need to do again. So let me just look at that real quick and see if there's any tweaks that I can make to maybe free up some more time to help me get to D, E, and F. And then let me make sure that I can also incorporate these things that I found that are missing, these missing pieces that'll help me accomplish to get further than just C as I did last month and get to D, E, and F. So that's an awesome little thing that I like about the end of the month is it gives you time to reflect back and see and analyze and figure out what you need to improve on and what you need to get rid of, all those types of things. And then, of course, on the other end of the spectrum, looking forward, at the beginning of the new month or the end of end of the old month, it gives you an opportunity to look forward, to dream, to anticipate, to set your goals, to make your plans for the upcoming month, and once again, set the things out in front of you that you want to achieve for the next 30 days. And if you continue doing that each and every month, you're going to continually grow, day by day, week by week, month after month, and that's really what it's all about. In any business, especially Bo, I will tell you, especially in this real estate business, there's a lot of things that you need to accomplish when you're starting out, and the only way you're going to do it is to set yourself goals and expectations and work on how to get there each and every time. And with that, I'm going to say good morning to Mr. J.L. JLL? Yeah.
JL.
Yeah, good morning there, bud. What's happening?
Good morning, Paul. Actually, it's TJLL.
TJLL. Don't even want to know. We'll save that for another time. Could be something very embarrassing. I don't want to put you up against that.
Well, good morning. I like the little intro you said.
Actually, I do know what the T is, so if you want to express that, go ahead.
You know what? The T just means the. I'm the John. Wait, it's not TJLL. It's TJJL. Now you confused me. I don't even know what my own name is anymore. It's the John Joseph Leister. That's what the T stands for. The.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. Anyway, good morning. Yeah, as Paul said, it's the end of a month, and it's the perfect time to kind of reflect on the things you set out to accomplish at the beginning of the month. And I urge everyone to kind of sit down, maybe even this weekend, and think about what they set out to accomplish at the beginning of the month, what they did accomplish, what they failed to accomplish. Don't beat yourself up too bad, but just realize that tomorrow is November 1st. It's the start of a whole new month, and we still got 2 months left of this year. We can really concentrate and go out with a bang. So yeah, it's the end of the month. Spend time just reflecting on what you accomplished, what you did, what you didn't, and take an assessment and get ready to start a whole new month tomorrow and put a whole new set of goals into action.
Yeah, I wanted to throw that out there because it actually kind of ties in. Our goal for this week was to get through the time management system, and incorporation of the time management system into your life and your business is going to help you also do what we just talked about, to be able to look back on your goals that you've set and your achievements that you tried to make, figure out where you went wrong, and correct and continue and move forward and move into the next month. And the time management system, incorporating that into your program, is going to help you to do that. Do exactly that. So once again, the time management system. In actuality, I'm going to change the name of this. It's not the time management system. It should be the priority management system, because managing time is like trying to manage a plate of spaghetti and meatballs. I mean, you're never going to get all of the noodles organized and the garlic bread and the meatballs all figured out before you start eating this meal, right? So, and managing time is like, you got all these time slots throughout the day, and you're trying to fit this in there and make room for that there, and all these other sort of things, right? Hey, with a priority management system, you look at that plate of meatballs and you go, I got meatballs, I got spaghetti, I got bread. What's the priority for me? Well, I want some meatball first. Well, I'm going to dig right in and start having some meatball. And then I want some noodle, and then I want some bread, and vice versa, and rotate and change it up, and however you want to do it. And it's your priority. Whatever it is, you just line it up and you go do it. And the same thing with the system. You just look at your time and you go, okay, what are my priorities here? Boom. This is the order of importance. Boom. You get out there, you just do it. So with the time management system, I'm renaming it the priority management system, and these are your priorities. Number one, 8 hours of sleep. We talked about that. Number two, 8 hours of productive time, getting out there, making some money, earning a living, doing the things you got to do to make money to live in this life. And number three, 8 hours of your own personal time, which breaks down to this is what you should do with the 8 hours of free time that you have. Number one is, wow, where'd it go? I lost it.
Want me to help you out there? The first hour of the 8 free hours you have is about quiet meditation.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yep. Meditation for 1 hour, right? Going the extra mile for 2 hours. Self-development for 1 hour. Mastermind, participating in your mastermind for 1 hour. That's a total of 5 hours. 3 hours for yourself. And then we were breaking down the 1 hour of meditation, because there's 5 concepts within that for you to focus upon, and that is one, your definite major purpose and what do you want from this life, your attitude of gratitude and being thankful for everything, your self-analysis, which is basically identifying your fears and your weaknesses and ways to overcome them, and your harmony, which that is your harmony with others, personal level, business level, casual level, incidental level. I mean, making harmony with just you bump into somebody on the street and they say hi. How do you react to that? Wants, and then what it is. The last thing is what you want out of your life, which is kind of your dream building, the things you want. This helps you focus on your definite major purpose and all of that. So I covered all of that getting up to this point, John. So I want to go ahead and turn it back over to you, and we can go into finishing out this week with talking about going in a little bit more in depth with the extra mile, the self-development, and the mastermind. So take it away.
Gotcha. Well, let's get into that 2 hours where in Napoleon Hill's system here that Paul's been talking about all week, and we introed last week, is you should spend 2 hours out of your day going the extra mile, which means sit down and think about some people in your life, people that you've networked with, people in your family, friends, people you're close with, and think about ways that you could actually reach out to some people each day. Go the extra mile. Do something nice for somebody. Maybe it's sending somebody an email thanking them for something they've helped you with, or just sending somebody a text with some words of encouragement. Somebody in your network who you haven't spoken to in quite some time, maybe just picking up the phone and reminding them of your friendship and reaching out to them and, you know, offering them something. And do something for somebody else without expecting anything in return. And there's a lot of reasons to do this. One is you're building harmony in your relationships. You're maintaining and developing stronger relationships by doing this. And also, I believe that things are reciprocal. You know, in science, Sir Isaac Newton discovered that for every action, there's an equal or greater reaction. Well, it's the same in how that relates to us, is like what we put into life, we'll get back tenfold. So if we're spending 2 hours every day without any expectation of anything in return but going the extra mile for other people, not only does it make us feel good and help to build and foster relationships, but it also creates an energy and an intent sent out to the universe that's reciprocal. And because of the laws of attraction, what we put in, we get out. So doing that, going the extra mile for people, it'll change your life. It'll not only make you feel better, but you'll begin to get more out of life just for this simple action of doing this. And I have an example I like to share. An investor that I was knew from a couple networking groups that didn't really have a great relationship with outside of networking groups. You know, I really started using the Napoleon Hill system and contemplating for my quiet meditation about how I can build more harmony in relationships or strengthen relationships or get that with people that I already have and get to know them a little better. And one day the opportunity presented itself because I have a paint business and I have equipment and large trailers that this particular investor was in the middle of their first rehab project and actually looked to me for help. And I was just thinking of the Napoleon Hill system and how I could implement it, and it was like a great opportunity that, hey, you know what, he needs me to help him move some stuff for his rehab project, and he also needs to borrow a spray rig to paint his project with because he had been robbed the night before he called me, and a lot of his equipment and things was stolen from him. So I decided I would actually, you know, I figured, you know, I can carve out 2 hours for you and help you out with this. I'd say that was going above and beyond the extra mile, helping him move cabinets and lending him some expensive equipment. And since then, I've developed a stronger relationship with him, and actually now we're starting to do business. You see, like I gave my 2 hours to this person, built the relationship, and now I'm actually getting quite the benefit out of it. Actually, he just landed a deal, what was it, on Tuesday, Paul, that is going to be very lucrative for us.
Yes, exactly. Basically, yeah, an awesome example there, John. Because, like you said, you only get, you're only going to get out of this life what you put in. And what's great about giving to others and giving of yourself to others is basically, just sort of like I was talking about earlier on the other call in masterminding. A horse can only pull a cart so fast. You put 2 horses on that cart, and it can pull the cart 3 times as fast. And the same thing goes when you're giving of yourself to others. You're going to be reciprocated exponentially as to what you give. So it's going to make things better for you. And the example that you used there is perfect, John, because yeah, out of the blue, somebody, an acquaintance sort of a relationship, turns into a giving of your time, a couple hours, which turns into a development of harmony within that relationship, which expands into sort of a partnership in business, which has now bore fruit, that is, like you said, quite lucrative, a very, very, very good deal, which has come about through this relationship. So, yeah, it's perfect. Giving of yourself unto others will give back to you, in bucket loads, and that's pretty much what we're talking about here. What the priority management system is all about, as far as giving, going the extra mile, 2 hours every day. Think about it. What can you give to others? Anything. So the next thing is, moving off from going the extra mile, the next one is self-development. An hour of self-development every day.
Yeah, I just absolutely love this system, because there's certain things that we need to be doing every day, certain habits we need to be getting into, and that's what this system's all about, is creating habits that are going to lead you to success. And part of this system is spending an hour a day studying self-development, improving yourself, improving your mental clarity. For me, I like to listen to self-development audio while doing exercise or going on hikes. I also like to read self-development books, journal about self-development. That could kind of fall into your quiet meditation, but if you're going to events or you're listening to trainings such as Paul and I are doing, what you should be doing is taking notes. Part of your hour of studying self-development could just be simply taking 20 minutes of that time to review some of your notes and make lists of ideas or thoughts that come to your mind in review of those notes. But spending an hour a day in study, learning self-development. There's an overall theme to this system, and I think that's getting your mindset to be in an attitude of gratitude and being in a mindset of serving others. Because the only way to really become rich in this life is to be able to add value to other people's lives. And taking some time out each day to learn more about those concepts, learn more how you can add value to people's lives, how you can add more value to your life, it's very important to get in the habit of doing that. Your personal growth is everything. Your mindset is everything. So to focus every day on building a little bit stronger of a mindset, it's a great piece of this time management system, and something that will change your life if you implement it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you probably all heard, if you're not, well, maybe you haven't all heard this, to be quite honest with you, but if you're not learning and growing, you're dying. I mean, we as human beings are part of nature, and just like a tree or the grass, I mean, if the tree or the grass isn't growing, what's it doing? It's dying. It doesn't just sit there and live. If it's not growing, it's not just sitting there living and surviving on this planet. It's doing one or the other, and you are doing the same. And self-development is your learning and growing that prevents you from, your slow, pitiful death of not, advancing yourself, pretty much. And like John said, the overall thing of this system is, the underlying platform basically of the system is serving others. And why is it important to be serving others? Because quite honestly, if you want, I mean, especially, looking at it from a financial side, from a business aspect here, where does money come from on this planet? It comes from other people, and so how do you get your share of it? Well, by doing something for others, by providing something for others, by serving other people, that's where your money's going to come from. So being able to serve more people is how you're going to be able to acquire more money, which is what you want. So, which is why you're here, obviously. So, yeah, the overall system and doing that and getting to where you need to be, and why do you want to do self-development, is so that you can become better at serving other people, so that you can achieve your goal of getting more money. So that's basically why self-development is so important. And now the huge, seldom talked about and certainly underutilized in this world today, on levels below the elite and the people who really understand and know this concept, is the your 1 hour of participation and sharing within your mastermind group. John, take it away.
It's absolutely imperative that you begin to surround yourselves with like-minded people that have that have already in their life what it is that you'd like to achieve, or they're at least on a path that's putting them towards that. And take stock of the 5 people you're closest with. Look at their incomes, look at their thought patterns, and look at their level of self-development and where they are in life and their level of success, and then take an average of those 5 people, and you're going to find yourself in that average of those 5 people you hang around with most. And you've got to ask yourself, wow, are these people that I really want to be like? Are these people that I really want to hang around with? Because are they on the same mission that I'm on? Do they have a definite major purpose? Do they have something that they're working towards? Are these level 10 people or on the road to becoming level 10 people? And am I better or worse for hanging around these people? The reason I preface this idea of the mastermind with this concept of birds of a feather flock together, and you are the average of the 5 people you hang around with most, is because you want to be masterminding, but you want to be masterminding with the right people. If I have a mastermind and the people I'm sitting around the table with discussing ideas are all heroin junkies and crack addicts, what do you think we're going to be masterminding on? How to score drugs? Is that beneficial to me? Is that a good thing? So I know that's an extreme example, but I'm just saying, you want to be masterminding with like-minded people that are success-orientated, that either have what you're looking for or are trying to, at the very least, attain what it is that you're looking for, and you're on that same path. And then this concept of the mastermind is that you're planning, you're discussing ideas, you're coming up with ways of implementing ideas, you're bouncing your thoughts and your ideas and your philosophies off other people, and then what happens is they're taking your idea and they're building on it, and because of that conglomeration of 2 minds, it actually almost creates like a super natural third entity, which is the mastermind itself, and ideas begin to come forth that wouldn't have been in just you or this person had you not gotten together and created this synergy and this energy about the thoughts and ideas that you're discussing, and then it really starts to expand and grow. And one of the things about the mastermind is that, sometimes when you get a thought or an idea out to another person and then they reflect back their interpretation of that idea, sparks a brand new idea for the both of you that would you've never come to this on your own. So a mastermind can be a very powerful tool, and the reason you should be in it every day is because what's your definite major purpose? What's your focus? What is it you're trying to accomplish? For me and for Paul and I right now, we're building the Property Noodlers business system. We're building a few other systems which I don't want to really get into because these are reserved for Property Noodlers because they're proprietary exclusive systems, but we talk about it every day, and every day it's like we've got a new idea and a new piece to fit in or a way to tweak the system to make it better. So, I spend an hour minimum every day in my mastermind group, which consists of Paul and several other partners I have in other businesses. And what I get out of that is personal development, motivation, expansion of ideas. I get closer and clearer, concise plans to reach my definite major purpose, and also ideas and plans and systems to build better businesses. So the mastermind is a crucial piece, but being surrounded by the right people in your life and masterminding with the right people is also very crucial to the mastermind.
Yeah, you gave an example earlier on the what was that on the on the building the harmony, building relationships in harmony with this other investor, and I'm going to give an example right here. Actually, a true life example that of a mastermind that was formed. That actually it was formed unknowingly and unwittingly, but the universe put two minds together that were on the same wavelength. And that was pretty much when I came here to Phoenix to start a real estate business a couple of years ago from Northern California, and lo and behold, the universe placed before me Mr. John J. Leister, who is who developed into being my business partner. And I had no idea at the time I was going to be a millionaire in a year, and didn't work. But because there was a lot that I didn't know, not that I didn't even know that I didn't even know. And but the universe said, hey, you can't do this on your own. You've made a great effort to basically do all the things that you did up there, give all the things that you're giving up there, and to come here and to do this, and you're going to need help. And so the universe put John in front of me and formed a mastermind for me that I didn't even know was being formed. And I mean, quite honestly, John, could you imagine all of the things that we have talked about, discussed, implemented, tested, tossed out, analyzed, put together, found, changed, all the things that we have done that we've bounced off of each other. Could you imagine, can you even imagine that you alone would have been able to take your mind and your thoughts to put all this stuff together that you and I, as a mastermind, have been able to do with two brains instead of one?
I want to say absolutely not. Could not have got to this level. And the thing is, if you talk to me or propose this question to me, maybe even just a little over 3 years ago, I would have probably, to my detriment, said that I could do all this on my own. And that's part of the mastermind, part of the mindset that you need to have, is that there is so much information out there, so much knowledge, so many ideas that one person can possibly not know everything. And to our detriment, so many people try to go out there and do everything on their own. They don't go out and look for mentors. They don't go out and look for masterminds and potential joint venture partnerships or coaches or self-development or just asking people questions and asking people for help, because I think Paul would agree with me on this, especially we have very similar backgrounds coming from construction, that to our detriment we're taught that if an accomplishment's going to mean anything, that we've got to do it all by ourselves. And that's hogwash. That's garbage. I mean,
yep.
You've got to have a team. Bottom line, period. It takes too long to try to learn and do everything and implement an entire business system by yourself. There's no reason to do it all by yourself. Millions and billions of dollars are created through partnerships. And the more money that's made, typically on a large commercial real estate deal, there's like maybe 2 to 5 entities purchasing or JVing on a deal together. And the reason for that is there's power in numbers and strength in numbers, and you can't do this all by yourself. I'm going to tell you right now, people, a lot of you are going to maybe watching Paul and I thinking, because we make it sound so easy what we're doing, that you're going to go and you're going to figure out and you're going to have success. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're most likely going to fail. You need a team behind you. You need people that have the knowledge and learn and people who have the business system and just duplicate it. Just copy what other people are doing that's working, and you don't need to reinvent the wheel to get a business started. You need to tap into something that's already in existence. And that's kind of my thought on the idea of the mastermind and what Paul said. Had I not met Paul and formed this partnership, I don't think I know that I wouldn't be at this level where I am today.
Yeah, would you still be slinging a paintbrush?
I'd like to think that I wouldn't be.
You know what? I can almost probably guarantee you that had this partnership not formed, and us being able to work together the way that we were able to do so, that I'd probably be back in Tahoe slaving on the hot asphalt, because it wouldn't have developed quickly enough for me to be able to stay in it long enough to be able to achieve, the levels that we have and to actually get me off the hot asphalt forever. So I can pretty much guarantee that that absolutely would have happened had the universe not joined two harmonious minds with the same basic desire and drive to pretty much kind of get to a very similar place. It doesn't have to be the exact same place. I mean, we're both not going to end up owning and living on the same island. Maybe we'll be neighboring islands, but so similar places. But that's a key to the mastermind is harmonious minds, because you can have a mastermind of 10 great minds all wanting the same thing, and it only takes one with worry and doubt and fear that everything that the other nine are attempting to achieve is unattainable, and or just has the disdain for the idea, or doesn't have the drive to do anything. Just one inharmonious mind can pretty much crumble the whole mastermind. So it's very, very important that everybody within your group, everybody within your mastermind are all on the same page, are all on the same focus, are all going in the same direction, have harmonious minds is a key factor. That's the one major thing that you have to develop within your mastermind group is basically harmony and going the same direction. And I just want to kind of close out with what John was talking about, the everybody having to think about doing it on their own, et cetera, and so on. And this is a subject for another day, obviously, but your mind has been conditioned to think this way. The conditioned mind is what gets us going in a certain direction. I came here thinking myself, I'm going to do this all on my own. I'm going to make this happen. I can handle it. I can do it. It's simple and easy. I figured it all out, and I was wrong. But I was able to overcome my conditioned mind of, I mean, I could have very easily, looked at John and just said, hey, this is just another guy, part of my competition. I don't want to, be dealing with this guy. I want to just do this on my own, and that would have sent me back to the hot asphalt. So, getting over the thought process that, and it's just something that's there because it's what we've grown up with, like John said, being told all the time that you have to grow up, you have to be an independent person, you have to do you have to do everything all on your own, you have to go out and learn everything, you have to go out and you have to be the one that knows everything, you have to be the one that does everything. If you want it done right, you got to do it yourself, and that's a bunch, like you said, a bunch of hogwash. It's the absolute wrong, backwards way of thinking that's going to drive you into the slavery of a job. And so if you want to be a property noodler, a real estate wholesaler, like John said, I can guarantee 99.9% of you will go out there and spend a whole bunch of money and fail and give up and say that this is all a bunch of BS. It's a scam. That crap doesn't work, et cetera, and so on. If you don't get help, if you don't have training and coaching and a mentor and all of those things, that's going to be able to help you understand what it is you need to do, and also to help you get beyond your conditioned mind and getting back to the closing out of the priority management system. Like John said, it's all about serving people. It's all about developing the systems within yourself to become a better person, to build what you need to build around you, to create your organization, which is your mastermind, and to build your business. I mean, this is all part of building your business and how you're going to succeed. So, John, close it out with a few words, and we're out of here.
Yeah, I just want to urge people to go ahead and send either Paul or myself an email. You can contact either one of us through, if you look at the bottom of my tagline here, propertynoodlers@gmail.com. and get aboard the team. You know, last week we talked about ground floor opportunities, and I just want to reiterate what Paul and I have developed and what we're putting together here is there's an opportunity for people right now to get on board Property Noodlers in its infant stages, as it's a ground floor opportunity, because what we're developing here over the next 3 to 6 months, I can tell you within 3 months, we'll probably have some of our services that are going to have to be paid for, and within 6 months, me and Paul, we're not going to be giving away anything for free anymore, because we don't have time. Right now, we're trying to build the core of the Property Noodlers team, looking for people that want to learn how to wholesale, maybe people who want to learn how to teach and train others to wholesale. And there's a lot of opportunities that are open right now if you go ahead and send Paul and I an email and become part of this team. And we're not asking for money, and that's kind of crazy. We're actually just looking to build the core team right now, and we've had some interest, and it's not, you know, you have to show interest, but you have to prove to us that you're someone that's worth our time. We want it to be worth our time and yours. So send us an email, get on board with Property Noodlers. This is a ground floor opportunity. It's going to be going away here in the next few months. And with that, unless Paul has something he wants to add, I'm going to close this out with the prayer.
Go for it.
All right. Well, I ask, oh God, I ask not for more riches, but for more wisdom with which to make better use of the riches given to me at birth through the power to control and direct my own mind to whatever ends I desire. So I desire that everybody on this call has a great weekend. So I'll make it so with my mind.
Yes, and think about noodling, and think about giving us an email and telling us why you want to do this. All right.